Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here from For the Core. Today I want to talk to you about leaving the Marine Corps without a plan. All right? I first off want to just wish you guys all a happy Easter. It is Sunday, April 12th, and I'm standing in my garage gym right now. I'm about to work out. But before I work out, I wanted to talk to you guys about leaving the Marine Corps without a plan. I would hope that you guys have enough common sense to understand and to realize that this is a shitty idea. I would highly advise against it. You know what I mean? Transitioning out of the military is already difficult enough as it is, guys. All right, so you want to have a plan moving forward, whether you've been in for 4 years or whether you've been in for 20. Getting out is something you're going to have to do at some point, and you want to have multiple plans to fall back on. All right, my background myself, I was on active duty in the Marine Corps for 4 years, picked up the rank of sergeant. I got out, and I've been out now since January of 2014, so I'm going on about 6.5 years as a Marine Corps veteran. All right. And I can honestly tell you guys, in my experience, the transition out of the Marine Corps, even 6.5 years later till present day, has been more difficult than it was joining the Marine Corps, guys. All right, the transition for me was extremely difficult. I had some regret of getting out too early. I had a lot of plans fall through. But, you know, it's been a journey, and it's been a great learning experience. And, you know, the one thing we always do in the Marine Corps is embrace the suck, guys. So I wouldn't have asked for anything different. I've grown as an individual, and, you know, when I say you want to have a plan, you want to have many, because, you know, in my case, when I was getting out of the Marine Corps, I figured, all right, I want to become a cop. Well, that fell through. I was denied because I had a misdemeanor for underage drinking when I joined the Marine Corps, and it had to be 5 years from the date of the application process. So by the time I applied, it had only been 4.5 years, and I was denied. All right, whatever, that plan didn't work out. Next, I was going to go be a truck driver in the oil fields. You know, I was motor T in the Marine Corps. I'd been driving trucks for the last 4 years. I figured, what the hell, I can get out, go make 120 grand a year, and it's going to be great. Well, the more I started thinking, I'm like, all right, you're going to be away from your family a lot, and you're going to be working a shit ton of hours. So is it really worth it at the end of the day? I figured, no, it wasn't. All right. Next alternative, I had an acquaintance that I had met through a family friend while I was still in the Marine Corps. Right before I deployed, I met this guy. He was a big wig at this company who made trucks for the military, a big government contractor. And he gave me his business card and said, hey, when you get out, shoot me an email. You know, we'd love to hire you on and utilize your skills and experiences that you gained in the Marine Corps. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, that's a for sure thing, right? So I emailed the guy, I called him, shot him another email. Guess what? No response, right? And I'm telling you these things because this is why you want to have multiple plans, guys. A lot of them are going to fall through. A lot of them aren't going to pan out like you thought. And it's important to have multiple plans. But as a veteran, you got a lot of benefits and a lot of resources available to you guys. All right. One is the GI Bill. I decided to get out and pursue the GI Bill. I went to college full time, got my bachelor's degree in 3.5 years. And guess what? The government pays for your education, guys. They pay you to go to school full time. All right. So when I got out, my wife and I were from Michigan originally. All right. We didn't really want to move back home. And we had a couple that we lived next door to on base. He was a Navy corpsman, and he was getting out of the Navy a month before I was getting out of the Marine Corps. And they were moving back to Illinois, and they were both going to pursue school full time. You know, and they were both going to pursue school full time. So they encouraged us to move back with them, try it out. We could stay with them until we got on our feet. And that's what we did. All right. It was rough not going back to our family and our friends and moving to a state that we had never been to. And we had no family nor friends. You know what I mean? It was brutal, guys. I'm not going to lie, but it was an amazing learning experience. And I opted to go to school full time. I found a part-time job at Costco in the mornings, and my wife had a full-time job. So, you know, it wasn't easy, especially in the beginning. You know, you go from such a structured environment where you're getting paid to all of a sudden being thrown out into the civilian world, and you're not collecting a paycheck, and no one's holding you accountable, right? So I say transitioning out of the Marine Corps is a whole lot more difficult than it was actually joining in my case, because it was just that, you know, I missed the structured environment. I regretted getting out too early. I missed my friends. I missed my old routine. And, you know, I just missed the military in general. But I made that decision, and I'm not going to dive a whole lot into my reasons for leaving after 4 years. But if you're interested, I'll make another video. So give me a thumbs up or comment below if that's what you want to hear. But leaving the military without a plan, I would say that I would not do it. Highly advise against it. And if it's something that you're trying to do, then, I mean, I hope you fail. Because in all honesty, like, that's just a stupid thing to do, guys. You're leaving the Marine Corps and you have no plan. What are you going to do? You're just going to go live in your van? I mean, if that's something you want to do, like, good on you. But it's going to be a rough road, guys. All right? So, like I said, there's many resources out there available for veterans. And the GI Bill is an amazing one, guys. Not only are you getting paid to go to school, but you're getting an education. And if there's one thing that I learned when I got out, I had a lot of buddies who got out around the same time that I did. Some of them utilized the GI Bill and they're doing pretty well, but others, guess what? They moved back home. They moved in with their parents. They started hanging out with the friends they once had in high school, and they fell right back into the same old trap that they would have if they didn't even join the Marine Corps at all. And a lot of them are working dead-end jobs, and they just don't seem happy when I talk to them. And if you're one of my buddies who are watching this video right now, I'm not bashing you. I'm just using you as an example. Like, it's a real thing, guys. All right, so if you're watching this video, I'm not telling you to do what I did and move to a state that you had never been to, but I would encourage you to try it out. The GI Bill is an amazing opportunity. Like I said, you're getting paid to go to school. In my case, we moved to Illinois. The housing allowance here in Illinois at my school was $2,000 a month. All right, my wife and I found an apartment for $900 a month. And the $1,100 that we were making profit was going straight into our pockets. So money wasn't that tight for us, right? I had a part-time job, she had a full-time job, and we were getting $1,100 from our BAH. So I would say that, maybe this time when you're getting out of the Marine Corps, maybe try moving to a state that you've always wanted to move to. You don't have to move back with your family and your friends, and if you do, that's fine too. But keep in mind that, the opportunity for falling back into that trap of, just getting set in your old ways, it's a real possibility, guys. So I would encourage anybody to use the time when you get out of the Marine Corps to maybe try out a different state, go to school full time, get your degree, and then if you don't like it, if it's not what you expected it to be, move on, go somewhere else, move back home, whatever it is. But you'll have a degree to fall back on, you'll have your military experience, and getting hired on with both of those is, as long as you don't blow it in a freaking interview, you have a pretty good shot at getting hired, all right? I can tell you, I've applied to a lot of jobs since I've been out. I've turned a lot down. I've always had pretty successful opportunities when it came to applying for jobs. The military experience is awesome, and the degree was awesome. They love both of it, and it's just an extra edge you have against civilians. So, again, this video was leaving the Marine Corps without a plan. I hope that by me sharing my opinions and my experiences gave you a little bit of insight into why you shouldn't do that. And I would encourage you guys all to get out and just embrace the suck. You know what I mean? They always said in the Marine Corps, the 7 Ps, piss poor planning promotes piss poor performance. It's no different in the civilian world, guys. All right? More of a plan you have, the better off you're going to be. And just know that it's not going to be an easy transition, all right? So, again, I'm Tony from For the Corps. If you've got comments, questions, or concerns, drop them down below, guys. I want to be your resource. I want to help you guys. I want to educate you. If you're looking to join the Marine Corps, if you're in the Marine Corps, you're looking to get out. I've done it all, and I'm never going to tell you should do this or you should do that, but rather just share my opinions, my experiences, in hopes that you can take something away from it. All right, so happy Easter, guys. Get out there and embrace the suck. This is Tony from For the Corps. Semper Fi.